Hey guys, this is my 13.5 gallon Fluval Evo Marine Peninsula tank. I've had it set up for about 8 months now. Neglected it for a little bit, just got kind of back into it about a month ago, taking it more seriously, bringing the parameters back in line, doing some upgrades and things. So I thought I'd show the progress of where I'm at today. Currently in the tank, I have Coral Wise, GSP in front here, Toadstool to the right, Zoa Colony, small one, along with a couple frags right down here. Discosoma. Got this leather here just until I figure out what to do with it. That bright green one at the bottom there. Another Zoa on a plug back there. GSP I'm trying to get to go around the back class. We have a couple Recordias here. And I have this guy I actually just picked up yesterday, Euphilia. Can't tell if he's a frog or a hammer. He looks like he's maybe even a cross between both. He's got two heads on it right now. And as far as the marine life are concerned, we have this Ocellaris, tail spot blenny, mandarin goby, pistol shrimp, watchman goby, and we also have a Bangai cardinal that I'm going to be removing just because I think this tank is overstocked. And for cleanup crew, two Nacerius snails, three blue-legged hermit crabs. We also have a turbo snail, this guy right down here, two Trocus snails, and two bumblebee snails. And the equipment that I'm running on this tank right now is it's actually a core life light I had from another tank that happens to have marine settings, and I just thought I'd go ahead and use it just because I'm only doing softies and just starting to do some LPS now. Seems to be working fine. You know, I don't plan on going for any SPS in this tank. If I happen to need more lighting, I'll upgrade as needed. And then I've got upgraded return pump, two wave makers right back there that you could see. I have this Higer mounted fan just when the tank heats up, along with a temp sensor that runs into chamber 3 here. I have a light in the second chamber there. I was growing some Chaeto macroalgae. I'm not anymore, but I plan to again when my fish store has it back in stock. There's a aftermarket filter basket in chamber 1 running Chemipure Blue, I think it is, at the bottom. And then above that I've got Purigen, Carbon Matrix, and then a small bag of Fosguard, and at the very top I've got Polyfill. In chamber 2 I've got some polishing pads and some more carbon filter media. And then I've got an aftermarket heater in chamber 3 where the after pump is. And so far I've been getting the parameters dialed in a little bit better over the course of the past month. I tested today, we're a day before our water change. Our phosphate's at 0.25. Our calcium's at 420, I believe. And then our nitrates are still high. The closest color match was 40 ppm. It looked like it was a cross between 40 and 80, so I'm probably sitting more around 60 ppm, which is, I know, too high for Euphilia. So hoping rehoming that Bangai Cardinal helps pull down the nitrate a little. I might have to go in those back chambers and just clean out some of the detritus, see what's going on back there. I'm guessing maybe that might be the source of it. We have some coralline algae on the back glass, on the sides, along with some green algae. Also have an emerald crab. We had bubble algae in here. He cleaned all of it up. He made quick work of it. Within a week it was all gone. Got that turbo for this hair algae problem I've had for a while here. Hoping that pulling the nitrates down improves that as well. Got this fire red shrimp here, star of the show, front and center. All in all, it's a great tank, especially for the price. I wouldn't recommend this tank for a beginner. I mean, I have a 40-gallon freshwater breeder that I've had for about a year, so I already had a little bit of experience with freshwater before I dove into this. Definitely is more work. You know, I feel like the freshwater is just cruising while this is actual, you know, taking the wheel and making sure everything's good all the time, essentially, to keep it running properly. It's doable, though, you know, if you don't have the space or the budget for a larger setup. But I think, like you can see here, the real estate on the left side is already completely monopolized by this GSP and some of the other things I've got going on back there. Really didn't know anything about coral placement, so kind of learning as I go. I do plan on getting a better setup later eventually, and probably rehoming some of these things, but for now we're going to stick with it and fully grow the tank out with coral. I also have a fire scallop right back there, that red guy with the red tentacles swaying. He likes to stay wedged there between the glass and the rock. He's doing well. And then I have a feather duster in there who's hiding right now, but he'll come out later. So I do run copepods in this tank, so I feed Phyto Feast for them, and then I spot feed the fire scallop and feather duster a couple times a week. And that could be adding, I'm sure, to the nitrates a little bit. Aside from that, I feed mysis shrimp daily and Coral Max, Fritz's Coral Max, probably, I don't know, once every 3 days or so, just a little tiny amount. As far as the maintenance goes, polyfill gets changed out every 2 days, weekly water changes. Cleaning the glass. It's not too bad. It is a considerable amount of work. I mean, if you were to have, I feel like if you were to have a 40 breeder, you'd probably, or a larger tank in general, you'd probably be putting in a similar amount of time, and you just get a lot more real estate. So that's kind of the drawback to these smaller tanks. I mean, the parameters are going to swing a lot harder than in a larger setup. Of that, I'm sure. But, you know, if you're just looking to get started, I think the marine tank was, at least when I picked it up, it was probably around, I don't even recall now, maybe $150, $200. You're probably going to switch a lot of the parts out, or at least some of them. I had to take the lid off. It was just running way too hot. And I was planning on upgrading the light anyways, so I just slapped this Core Life light on for right now, and it seems to be working fine. I've seen people, deck it out with $300 lights and essentially leave no part stock except the glass itself. You can do that and grow SPS in it and all that jazz, but I guess I'm kind of in the middle here, not a high-end light, but a couple things are swapped out, and I'm happy with it. If I had to go back, though, I probably would have just went straight for a 40-gallon or larger. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and keep growing this tank out. Hopefully get all this, plop a small Euphilia garden in this section of the tank, get maybe a gold torch coral in here, coral in here eventually if this Euphilia does well. And probably a Duncan and a couple more mushroom corals, and we'll probably have a full tank by that point. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll post an update later on.